A long-awaited position change for Jeremy Ruckert. Plus, he's getting mentored by an NFL legend. Okay, here we go. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Zooey mama.
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. We have a full article in the YouTube description down below on this very topic matter, plus plenty of clips to get to here on the show. I will also say that our scrolling ticker is now fully updated. I made sure I'd spend time this morning making sure all of your raffle tickets you guys have been submitting in are well represented in the scrolling ticker. So I'll also let you guys know, because we only have a few days left. It's July 26th. This raffle goes through the month of July. Jets Cowboys ticket giveaway. So if you guys want an opportunity, take advantage throughout the rest of July here the next couple of days. Subscribe to the channel. It's free to do. And spend $20 here on the YouTube channel. Super chat, super stickers, memberships, you name it, you got it. Or PayPal or Venmo at BoyGreen25. Make sure you guys take full advantage. We've got a special guest joining us on today's show. It's Hop on Pop down in the bayou. Let's bring him in. He's here on the show. Pop, what's going on? Live from the Crescent City.
Hey now. From the Crescent City, live on a balcony just off Bourbon Street, right? We're in the hotel, the Bourbon Orleans.
Sure.
It's crack-a-lackin' down here.
Well, thanks for getting us in. I know you got a lot going on down there, so we appreciate it. Pop, is there still going to be some sort of some top five? Do you have that prepared?
Yeah, top five is like me on vacation right now. So
okay,
I have limited resources. I got my phone. I left my work computer probably for the first vacation in a long time, 20 years. I have not taken it. I told them to suck it. So all I've got is the phone. So I don't have the ability to, I won't be able to see comments. So feel free to talk your shit, because I won't be able to see them.
Okay. Wow. Oh, they're saying all these wonderful things down here. This is
I
crazy. You're really missing out. It's sort of bizarre. Anywho, let's get right to it, Pop here. And to me, this has been a long-awaited return, and you guys will see that based on a couple of clips we're about to play here. Long story short, Jeremy Ruckert is a tight end. But coming out of college at Ohio State, we saw him play a lot of fullback, and that was exciting for Jet fans because he could be this quasi-hybrid guy, some tight end, some fullback. But in the NFL level, we've really only seen him at tight end, and quite frankly, it's not been great. But according to NFL legend Tony Richardson, he sort of let it slip out of the bag. I don't know if this is public knowledge or not, but Tony Richardson was at Jets training camp yesterday, and they do these Jets training camp live shows with Eric Allen. Quincy Enunwa was there, Caroline Hendershot, and Tony Richardson gave some interesting details about Jeremy Ruckert and their relationship. Let's roll the footage.
Okay, last couple questions for you. Is there any one player or one position group that you maybe have your eye on and you're taking, a little extra attention towards in this training camp?
Well, for me, it's a local guy, and it's Ruckert. I had a chance at the Gridiron Gala, when Tyrod was getting honored, and I got a chance to spend some time with him and just kind of talk to him, and I knew that they've kind of been talking about maybe moving him and kind of a swing guy and, coming out the backfield, blocking from the – so my biggest thing is we exchanged information, and I told him that I'm definitely going to be here to support him. But I want to see him take the next – because he can do it. Like this, he's tough as nails. He's a team player, and he's willing to do everything right. So I think – and I'm a little biased, so I want him in the backfield, but also the things that he can do, because he can, be in the backfield, motion out, run routes. Also, he can block because he's tough enough, so that's the position I'm looking at right now. So I guess he's a hybrid, so he's a tight end / fullback, but so Ruckert's my guy this year.
And I love it. Promising news stories and everything there from Tony Richardson. Here's just a quick aside, because it also will feed into the story. Pop, do you remember anything about Tony Richardson's NFL career?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. I think it was incredibly long, for someone in his position. I believe
16 years.
Yeah, I was okay. You could have let me say it.
Sorry, man.
I was going to say in the 15 to 16 year. I know that you know, you go and, well, who's he? You know, you go look at his stats. Not, that's not where he made his money, right? He's like a couple thousand yards rushing, maybe a little under that. And but he was an All-Pro on at least one or two occasions, and very
twice.
Yep, that's one or two falls into that. But yeah, so and if you're gonna, if Rucker is an apt pupil, there's probably, I don't know, we could look that up, but I'm not too sure there are too many people in the NFL that were fullbacks for 16 years. If there was a record, that's probably one that he holds. So he's got a lot to learn and played at a high level for so long, which, by the way, is like almost impossible to play 16 years as an NFL fullback, right? One of the ones that people know, like Cowboys fans don't like him, Gerald Johnson, right? He played for a decade.
Moose.
And that seemed like a long time. Moose. And that seemed like a long ass time, but 16 years, that's unbelievable.
All right, let me ask you. I won't play the trivia music, but a quick question. Do you know where Tony Richardson started his NFL career?
Yeah, I believe he was drafted by the Cowboys in 1994.
Undrafted free agent, actually. Undrafted.
Yeah.
Yep. And
he
joined
make
the Cowboys.
The team. He didn't make the. I don't believe he made the team, or he stayed, off the roster, and then he spent a whole lot of time with the Chiefs.
Yes, so he was on the roster for a little bit in terms of the offseason for the Cowboys in 1994, and then he went to the practice squad. So he was around Emmitt Smith, but did not block for Emmitt Smith. But the reason I wanted to bring this all up is I think his credentials are important because this is all this knowledge and everything is being instilled into Jeremy Ruckert. Here are just some of the running backs that Tony Richardson paved the way for. You mentioned it. He is a Chiefs Hall of Famer for their team. And he has paved the way for guys like Priest Holmes, and people forget about Priest Holmes. I don't know why. Holmes.
He doesn't get a lot of street cred, but he was a pretty Earl Campbell-ish running back. He was good.
100%. Also, Larry Johnson at the same time, because they had that 1-2 punch for a little while before each of them had their own respective run. So Larry Johnson is on that list. Adrian Peterson, he also had a run with the Minnesota Vikings during Peterson's heyday. So that's more for Tony Richardson. And obviously, Jet fans. Come on.
He was switching it up back then.
I'm going to leave that one exactly where it was. And for the Jets, obviously, Thomas Jones for those back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons plus, and LaDainian Tomlinson in 2010. So that was the run for Tony Richardson. So Hall of Famers and all kinds of superstars on that list of guys that he paved the way for. And to me, again, a borderline, to me, Pro Football Hall of Famer. It's hard for these fullbacks to get in. I know a lot of fullbacks are waiting to get their call, so it's going to take a long time for a lot of these guys. But long story short, Tony Richardson has incredible credentials. He's played for a lot of different teams, but he calls New Jersey his home. He also told that to Caroline Hendershot. They lives right down the street, and ran into Aaron Glenn the other morning as they're both going for a morning jog. So it's just cool that Jeremy Ruckert is getting this kind of hands-on experience. It's good. They apparently met at the Gridiron Gala where Tyrod Taylor was honored this offseason for some of his charitable work. They exchanged information, and they've been in touch all offseason. So, again, to me, I don't think there's a better person. I know there's a lot of great fullbacks. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but there's no better person for Jeremy Ruckert to try to learn from and pick up as much as possible as he heads into this pivotal year, the contract year here, Pop, on his rookie deal.
Yeah, well, he's got to become the Swiss Army knife, right? Because he's closer to letting the door hit his ass on the way out. So he's got to up the game in versatility. But so it's exciting. And I tell you what, as Jets fans should be excited, right? If we got to do some different things with the running game. We got the offensive line. We got to make that dedication. It's okay. I'm not talking about three runs up the middle for 1 yard each, punt the football, but mixing things up. And, I don't think you're going to see them run the I formation 75% of the time. But, And but I think it brings another option, another dedication to the game. Then you can option out of it. Rutgers there,
Mhm.
like they just talked about. Tony Richardson talked about. You put them in motion, and now that you got a different set that the defense has to be prepared for.
And I just want to say this. Thank you guys for all the love for T. Rich. We're going to have him on the show eventually. I was supposed to have him on the show a couple years ago, but our schedules got lost once the season started. So we'll definitely have T. Rich on the show. I love Tony Richardson. I love all the love in the comment section. 3 siblings saying he's a legend. DJ Dirty Coot saying he's a gangsta. I love Tony Richardson. He is absolutely terrific. And I'm seeing some of you guys are saying NC Green said Priest Holmes won me a couple of fantasy championships. Okay, there we go. A proper salute there. Appreciate it. Real quick before we go any further, I just see someone's asking about the tailgate. So I want to throw this up real quick from Pavmo63. Good morning, Boy Green. How do we, him and his wife, purchase tailgate game packages? Pavmo63, please reach out to me on any social media portal. It could be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, anything you want at Boy Green 25. If you have any one of those social medias, just DM me and we can work out all the details. If not, you're not on social media like that. Email me. If you go to my About section on YouTube, there's an email. It says, you want to see the email? Click, and it'll say it right there, but I'll say it one more time. It is Paul, Paul, A the letter, ESDENJR@gmail.com. My first name, my middle initial, my last name, JR@gmail.com. Just email me and say, hey, Paul, it's Havmo63, and then we'll go to town and we'll make sure we figure out all the key details and we'll get you taken care of. So I'm glad you were able to convince your wife to go. We'd love to have you. Let's work out all the details so we can lock that in ASAP. That's very important to have, Mo, so you can have seats with the rest of us all sitting together. So we'll take care of you, I promise. So I just want to make sure we put that in there. And look at this pop. G-Man, the prophet for Jets football, continues to make it rain from the high heavens, baby. A 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. 5 memberships gifted or more. We have no other choice but to play a video package. All right, shout out to G-Man, the prophet for Jets football. He has gifted 44 memberships so far this month and now has 6 raffle tickets to our contest. So big salute to G-Man, the prophet for Jets football, Pop. What's the thing you're most excited for this Jets-Cowboys game, Pop?
So the food is going to be next gen. The game is obviously going to be phenomenal. I think what's going to be memorable for everybody is the hanging out. People spend their mornings hopping on, no pun intended, interacting in the comments. And some people do know each other outside of the spectrum of the coffee club, but interacting with everybody, I think that's one of the things I remember from last year's tailgate. Going to meet some of the people face to face, right? That was phenomenal. And is Woody bringing his? Is your brother bringing his cinematographer with him this time?
He is, yes. We're working on the final details with Peter, but yes, Peter, who was our cinematographer, filmographer, photographer, everything, he is expected to make his return.
Excellent. We need to update some of these video ensemble a little bit, so that'd be great. Very good.
Yes. By the way, again, G-Man the Prophet for Jets football. You have 6 raffle tickets to our contest. Thank you so much. Let's read the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club as well. Let me do that quickly. We have Asawin Natarajan, Spaceman, Admiral Average 548. DJ Dirty Cooch just got himself a membership, and R&R is back, baby. Love to see it, guys. When this happens, you get gifted membership access for a month for free. Thanks to the dime spent by G-Man the Prophet for Jets football. At the end of the month, you will get an email from YouTube saying, hey, I hope you enjoyed the Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Do you want it to continue? Hit the re-sign button. That's how we keep this train rolling, everybody. I try to make it as affordable as possible for everybody. It's only $2.99 per month, and you guys get all kinds of wonderful access, including we're going to be having some big interviews coming up, and you guys will get early access to those interviews on top of everything else that comes with the Boy Green Coffee Club membership there. So much appreciated. Pop, let's play another thing here, and this is going to be a little bit harsh to hear for some people, But this week on the Mina Kimes show featuring Lenny, her dog, she was joined by NFL analyst and analytical guy Aaron Schatz. And they shats all over the Jets tight end room from last year, Pop. And, well, here's just some brutal honesty from this week's episode talking about the AFC East. Yikes.
Oh, I also want to say I did like Mason Taylor, the tight end that they drafted out of LSU.
Yep, I think that's a good improvement. We'll say the one thing is all of his backups can't block. There's no blocking tight end.
Oh, my God, dude.
Ruckert can't block. Stone Smart is not a blocker. These are not blockers.
It's not even that their tight ends couldn't block last year. They were some of the worst blocking tight ends I've ever seen in the NFL. Like I cannot even stress. I don't know who was I watching Breece Hall, or I think it was when I was watching a little bit of Aaron Rodgers around the Steelers signing, and there were so many reps where tight ends were just whiffing on blocks that were truly astounding stuff.
Andrew Beck, so they have a fullback now. Yeah. But they do not really have a blocking. If they want to be a run-first offense, there is not really a blocking tight end here.
Boy, I mean, that was a brutal honesty, Pop, on Mina Kimes saying it's the worst run-blocking tight end she has seen in the National Football League. Your thoughts last season, and obviously some of those players are back this season.
Yeah, well, it's hard to argue with them. And I would say, last year, not only the, tight end was a much maligned position. They didn't throw the ball to them. They didn't block. I would, want to do something interesting, right? Tune up some of our backup offensive linemen, right? Because every once in a while, just throw them out there at the tight end position, right? You want somebody to block, you want to show somebody your business about running. And it opens up a package of a play action that once you see the big fatty in there, the defense is going to assume you're going to run. And then there's Garrett Wilson running down the field. So I think they do need to improve in this area, and that it did hurt the run game. We don't know how much it hurt the run game because we actually didn't have one last year. So, but I think all options are on the table because they really didn't do a whole lot in this area. I mean, yeah, right. We signed Mason Taylor, right? But right. You look back, he's an adequate blocker, right? But that doesn't fix all the problems. And so we gotta come up with some different schemes. Obviously, Aaron Glenn is not surprised. Like nobody, this wasn't breaking news for him. Something he was unaware of. You'd have to be dead not to be aware of it. But so I think. This is an example. Rucker, the option of running some plays out of the I formation, but I wouldn't discount. There's nothing wrong with having a big fatty sub in for tight end every once in a while. And there's nuances with that, but I need you to block the guy in front of you and not let him get around you. Oh, okay, I can do that. Right? It's not rocket science.
Right. Well, again, which some of you may be saying, I don't know what everyone's saying on the universe because we're catching up on comments here, but you could say, well, Paul, that was last year. Who cares about last year? We're on to new era. And that's true, but a lot of those guys are still on the team, including Jeremy Ruckert, and Aaron Schatz was talking about the lack of run blocking, even with the new tight ends like Stone Smart. He said he's not a blocker. So if the Jets are going to be this run dominant team that a lot of us expect them to be, well, they better improve in that area because fullback and or run blocking tight ends, you can't be whiffing like that. If you're doing that, that's going to lead us to the same putrid results, quite frankly, that we had this past season. Pop, we got a super chat coming in here. Love to see it. Every time I get a super chat, you hear from my daughter, Zariah Luna. Wow. By the way, Lou B, Super Jets fan, you just got yourself a raffle ticket with your previous Super Chats for the Jets Cowboys giveaway, so good luck. We'll be drawing that on August 1st. I'm all in on Justin, but we should have a big backup. What would it cost to get Kirk? P.S. I was at camp. O-line was a brick wall. That's great to hear. Thanks for the training camp update, Pop. Yes, let me throw that over to you, Pop, first, right? So the Jets quarterback room, they have 4 quarterbacks. It's Justin Fields. It's Tyrod Taylor. You have undrafted free agent rookie Brady Cook out of Missouri. And then you also have Adrian Martinez, the former UFL MVP. Young guy, he's like 23, 24 years old. So he's still super young. That's the room. But it sounds like Lou B isn't all that impressed with Ty God as the backup. Should the Jets make an aggressive play to get another quarterback?
I don't think so. Tyrod Taylor is solid, right?
Mhm.
He may be, and we could run through all the teams. We don't have time for that, but the Jets, with their, they have as solid as backup. I would argue that as anyone in the league, right?
Mhm.
You could argue that I can't remember where he went. The Cowboys had a better backup, and I don't remember where Cooper Rush went, but
Baltimore.
So there's not a lot of, that they're not just dropping and falling from the trees. I think Tyrod Taylor is amazing. I think they need to figure out this is going to be a real competition with the gentleman from Missouri and the
Martinez.
UFL or UPG or ABC, whatever champion he was.
Sure.
It may be time for him to, go down the yellow brick road. So I think that's the time it is. And the question I have is that are you satisfied with your developmental position, your third quarterback? And I wouldn't keep two of them. So one of them's got to go. But Tyrod, I think we're in good shape. You saw him when he came in, right, against Buffalo. Played solid. Yeah, moved the ball better than whatever that other loser's name was that was in before him that tapped out. So, I'm satisfied with Tyrod, especially, with the offense that we'll have in place. I think that goes to what he's capable of doing. He's very Justin Fields-like. He wasn't Aaron Rodgers-like, right? So it is different when your backup brings a different skill set. It's kind of when they go down, it's kind of a, what are we going to do? I think Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor are very, simpatico that they can really run the same playbook with no challenges.
Right, which I think is a massive benefit. And Luby, I would just say I understand what you're saying in theory, right? Like the Madden thing. If Fields goes down, you want a guy ready to immediately step up. My thing is, first on Kirk Cousins, because you mentioned him specifically, he has a no trade clause. So I imagine Kirk would not openly trade himself to another situation or agree to a trade where he goes from backup to backup. I think if Justin Fields would have seriously went down and the Jets desperately went, oh my God, Falcons, what's it going to take? Kirk can immediately be our guy. Kirk may be intrigued by that possibility, but just moving as a backup, I don't think so. So what would it cost to get Kirk? I mean, it's hard to even say. I'm sure the Falcons want whoever the team is to take a lot of money, and that's what they're hoping for. They want Justin Fields to trip down the stairs. They want someone to get hurt so that someone overpays. They take a lot of money off the books and then give the Falcons a third-round pick or something, and the Falcons pat themselves in the back, say, see, we knew along. We got our quarterback and we traded an asset. We look like geniuses, because obviously they don't necessarily look like that based on the situation. So, but it's great to hear about the offensive line looking like a brick wall for the Jets. That's really the key to their season. So thank you, Luby. And again, with your previous super chats, you now officially have a raffle ticket for our contest. So we really appreciate it, pal. Thank you. G-Man the Prophet for Jets football is on a banger after banger today. 10 memberships gifted.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Pop. There's no other choice. Start your engines.
Kevin James. I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, here are the 10 new members to Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to G-Man, the Prophet for Jets football. Ted, a.k.a. NY Jets FL, he's back. Robert Morris, 1966, jetted out. John Garcia, Rep NY is back. Great to see you. L.A., E. The Key, Stephen James, Luis Montaz, M.M. Morris. And also I want to give a big shout out to Havmo63. I received your email and I will respond to that after the show. Just so you know, it did go through. So Havmo will figure all that out. We'll get you and your wife ready for the Jets-Cowboys game. Thank you so much for considering us and joining the Army. And if these two tickets go through, Pop, we'll be up to 53 people for the tailgate with more to come.
53-man roster will be set.
That's it. And again, I will also give that for so two things here. First off, obviously we're doing this giveaway. And G-Man, by the way, you are in sole possession of second place. You have 8 raffle tickets to our contest. You've broken the tie that was there with Scotty Mayhem. So congrats to you. So obviously we're giving away 2 tickets, and whoever gets the opportunity to win those, awesome. Congrats to you. If you don't win, because obviously only one person wins, you're out there in the universe like, damn, I really wanted to go. You can still go. But get it while the getting's good. Eventually, these tickets besides us are going to sell out, and there's nothing I can do anymore. So if you do want to come, it's $300 a person. That includes the Jets-Cowboys ticket, the tailgate ticket, that's food catered by Chef Kevin Gilbert, water and select alcohol, and a Jets Cowboys commemorative t-shirt. If you want all that, it's $300 per person to join us. So you can reach out to me the same way Havmo did if you'd like to try to lock in a ticket from that perspective, Pop.
Yeah. So let's jump back. Two things. So Ted met his membership lapse. Come on, man. Anyways, so what we really need to be is like 2 years ago. We'll call it the lost season, right? And not that TV show Lost. We're going to say it was a lost, and I blame the Jets leadership on that lost season. And we were in Dallas. The funny story is we were in Dallas talking about this with when Aaron Rodgers went down. And I am like, man, we have got to get hot. And it's easy to say now, but I will tell you there was a lot of quarterbacks that were still available that the Jets could have scooped up. And they were like, let it ride, let it ride. And they were like playing a roulette wheel that had 5,000 slots on it. They were covering one number, right? Well, we still have Zach Wilson. Would you remember why you got Aaron Rodgers? Because Zach Wilson is not good, despite your T-shirt. So if something was to happen to Justin Fields, if the weird back carted off the field in a stretcher, they were given the last rites, like the terrible reports that came out initially with Justin Fields for a dislocated toe. If that really was the thing, then you need to fire up the jet engines and launch and go all in. Right, because we cannot waste the talent that the Jets have right now with another lost season. So I think they're fine now. However, if something was to happen to Justin Fields, it's fine to let it ride with Tyrod Taylor, but you better go and find up the backup, because after that, the cupboard's pretty bare.
That's very fair. All right, G-Man the prop for Jets football, and then we'll get back to our story here. Pop is he sent in a super chat now. Man, it's just firing. G-Man is on a absolute heater. Wow. He says, I'm excited about Mason Taylor. You guys are going to love this. I'm going to be doing a story on this. This will be coming out this weekend. If you guys heard, last weekend I was joined by ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler. And at the end of that conversation, I asked Jeremy, and I love asking this question at insiders, is there anything else left in your notebook that you want to share to Jet fans? Like, give us the scoop. What's going on? And at first, he didn't really have anything. And then I'm like, like last time, you sort of came up with something. It's like, okay, let me go to this page. And he flipped it. And he said, boy, people think that the Jets, one of the best picks they made, Pop, in the draft was Mason Taylor. Of any pick in the entire draft, he says he's heard from NFL people, his sources, that Mason Taylor's one they went, whoa, okay, the Jets got something there. And again, we'll write a full piece on that, and I'll play that clip later, I'm sure. So there's good reason. Apparently, Mason Taylor, this sick diving touchdown catch yesterday, Pop, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope so. I would not say he was the best pick of this year's draft, but I hope to be proven wrong.
There you go. Thank you, G-Man the Prophet, for Jets football for that one as well. And Pop, just one last clip we can play here. This just goes to show, again, I have it in the headline, and I love answering the headline. Long-awaited position change. People are like, what are you talking about? Well, if we go back to 2022, Mike LaFleur, then Jets offense coordinator, he broke down the college tape of exactly what Jeremy Ruckert was supposed to bring to the table, but we never saw it. And now,
when we met Jeremy, he unfortunately had the injury, but he you could just tell he's a man. He's a grown man that has his priorities straight, and you can tell he loves football. So even without turning on the tape, which I hadn't seen any tape of him up until the Senior Bowl, you knew that. You knew you were going to get a man that's going to love football. Let's hope the tape matches it. Not very often in today's game can you see tight ends that are, can they get it done in the run game, because frankly, their hands just not in the dirt. And when you turn on his tape, he didn't care about getting dirty. All right, he was going to be old school. He's a no-break mentality. He never stops his feet on this. This is a pretty good player over here on the right side, the number 2 draft pick in the draft, and Aiden Hutchinson. And you don't see him stop right here on this cross step. We're going to ask him to do this quite a bit, and he doesn't stop his feet. He's old school in that way, and it's not just one clip against Michigan because that's their rival. It was all over the tape. Here it is a little bit earlier in the year. Again, cross-sifting. We look for guys that are going to stop their feet and clinch a little bit. He doesn't. and he's going to continue delivering the blow. And it was over and over and over. Here he is, not cross-sifting, but here he is inserting right here. Stuff we're going to ask him to do. And he's able to get on the defender quick, in great position, and finish a guy. And he doesn't just, it's not finish when he gets the guy on the ground. He's going to make you know that he's coming all freaking day.
But, and let me throw this to you, Pop. How does that just suddenly dissipate, right? So Mike LaFleur showed on that last clip where not only did he block a guy in college to the ground, and then he just boom. On top of it, he finished him like Mortal Kombat. And I'm like, whoa, look at that intensity. Look at that physicality. Look at that want to. Look at that, like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to punch the bleep out of you and go crazy. And then all of a sudden the NFL, it just completely disappeared. We've seen none of that at this level. So again, it's just long awaited. We all thought we were going to get that a couple of years ago. We haven't, but better late than never. It sounds like we could get it in 2025.
Yeah, I would tell you, and, we don't know. We're surmising, looking at that tape, seeing what the Jets saw. Who was the tight ends coach for the past 2 years for the Jets? What were they teaching him?
Oh, Ron Middleton. Ron Middleton.
Right. So what techniques were, right? Because when you take a dog that has a killer instinct and then you put it in a little skirt, right, and you have it bounce a ball on its nose, and then you expect him to go out and rip somebody to pieces. I don't know, but you don't go from playing like that to playing differently unless something happens. And it's unlikely that he forgot how to do that. It's more likely that, we tweaked a technique. We taught him to do something different. We asked him to do something different in the blocking scheme. I don't know, because, again, we're not in the room, but obviously something changed, and it's unlikely he just became a wuss, although it's possible.
Yeah, like I said, it's very bizarre, but to your point, we are reaching. We don't know what's going on. I know what's going on here. T-Town Jet is jumping on the membership train. That membership just went to John Stepek, who just got a Boy Green Coffee Club membership, and another membership gifted by T-Town Jet. And real quick, Pop, we might be even getting more tickets. NC Green just emailed me for 2 tickets. So I've reached out to my Jets ticket rep. By the way, both of you, both Avmo and NC Green, I've reached out to my ticket rep in the middle of this show. So fingers crossed, I'll keep you posted. I'm absolutely sure that these tickets are available. But before you guys send the money, I will confirm that my ticket rep, so we could just keep adding more people in the pile, Pop. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, there you go. Let's hit 100.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll let Chef Kevin Gilbert know to bring some more buns. We may need some more action. Happening there.
You could say action and buns in the same sentence and not be.
Some of us are more creative and can work that in, baby. So without further ado, Pop, is there anything? So it's great. Again, I think this is just to finish this conversation off. I was a fan of Jeremy Ruckert initially. The results in the NFL have been terrible, and he stunk. I'm trying, and I hope Jets players, and I've had many of them on the show, I hope they respect the fact that I just try to call it how I see it. If a player's doing well, I'll champion them. If they're not doing well, we're going to talk about it. Like, I hope that people can respect that we're just being straight here. And Jeremy Ruckert has not played well at the NFL level. And I know that his dad and other people have gotten pissed at me. I'm sorry, it's your son, so I don't blame you for defending him, but he's not been good. And I hope he can turn around. I want him to turn around. I'm a Jets fan. If he's scoring touchdowns, that's great news for me. I want that to happen. So hopefully he can turn it around. This is positive news. Tony Richardson is a legend. I love Tony Richardson. So, fingers crossed there, Pop. So that's awesome. But is there anything else training camp observation wise? Because obviously this is our first chance getting a chance to talk to you. There's obviously the crazy Justin Fields injury scare and all that jazz. And, there's been a lot going on this week. And obviously today, for those who don't know, it's Back Together weekend. That's NFL Network, NFL Plus. Judy Batista and Brian Balding are going to be at Jets training camp practice today. First padded practice comes on Monday.
Yeah, I would just say along the lines of what we've been talking about, don't discount. So I think there's an exciting thing to bring a fullback in as we try to ramp up the run game. But what we really need to make sure they focus on is it's different business as a running back to run behind a fullback. There's timing, there's decisions to be made. And so really getting those reps in. I don't think they're going to go to a predominantly I formation, but you can't discount the fact that it's different to have someone in front of you, and there's positives and there's some running backs don't like it, but if you're going to have that option, you got to work on the timing, the techniques of the running back, not just the fullback.
Yes, absolutely. Again, we have 300 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. We're trying to make a chase to 8,000 subscribers, Papa. We're under 200 subscribers away. We're about a buck 80, 180 away from 8,000, and that gets us step by step, of course, closer to the ultimate goal, which is 10,000 subscribers. So things have been really building up, and we've really appreciated it. Pop, you're down there in the bayou. I appreciate that. And do you have any final thoughts?
Nope. I'll work with you outside. Whether I'm going to pop on the show on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, because I'll be traveling to South Carolina on Saturday morning. So all over the place. So I'll hook up with you outside. Okay, great. Wow. So here's the potential there. Fridays are Bob Letterer, so maybe you'll jump on with the Jets historian. Saturday, of course, is your day, and Sunday is NFL insider Matt Lombardo. So who knows? You could be swimming in some new waters with some new extra people. With some legends. Yes, absolutely. Sure. Okay. Well, Pop, thank you so much. People, I will stay on to take your phone calls and things, but my Pop's down in the bayou enjoying his lovely vacation as he should be. So he will not be here for the phone calls, but obviously all these lovely messages, I'll make sure I pass them along to my father that has not been able to see them during the show. Yes. Well, Coffee Club, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. There he is. Hop on, Pop, baby, down in the bayou. All right, beautiful. I've never been to New Orleans. Hopefully my dad invites me there before I'm dead. But that'd be great. But we're actually doing a pretty cool trip later this year, which may top that in great regard. So we'll see if that happens. So 2 things here before we open up the phone lines. A couple of things here. First off, let's promote the bleep out of our giveaway because, folks, quite frankly, we're just running out of time. We're running out of time for the giveaway. There are only 31 days in the month of July. And we're here on the 26th. Here's what we're giving away. If you haven't heard of this and you're hearing this for the first time, here's your opportunity. We're giving away 2 tickets to the Jets-Cowboys game. That's section 228A. 2 tailgate tickets. That's food and drink before the game. Water and select alcohol. It's not an open bar. And you also get food. It's all professionally taken care of by our guy, Chef Kevin Gilbert, and 2 Jets-Cowboys commemorative t-shirts. That entire bundle, I just said, is over $600 in value. But you don't have to spend $600 on it unless you want to. It's a great deal. You can try to win it. We will spin a raffle. We'll spin a wheel. And if you have a ticket, you have a chance to win it. Here's how you get a ticket. Subscribe to my channel. That's free to do. And spend $20 here either on YouTube, as you've seen today with G-Man the Prophet for Jets Football, or you get PayPal or Venmo me at BoyGreen25. I am BoyGreen25 everywhere. That was very important to me at the beginning part of my career, to not be BoyGreen25, BoyGreen_25, and all these different places. It's all simple. I am BoyGreen25 everywhere on the planet. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, PayPal, Venmo, all of it. It's all the same, and that was always very important to me, so I'm glad that it is that way to make it easier and simpler for all of you out there. If you do decide that you want to enter this contest and send in a raffle ticket via PayPal or Venmo, please just make sure in PayPal or Venmo, you put your first and last name, a good email for you because I want to reach out to you if you end up winning, and that it's for the Jets-Cowboys tailgate. And you are entered into the contest. The game is Week 5. It's Sunday, October 5th. Again, the seats are section 228A, and it's going to be an awesome time. If, just like NC Green, Havmo, you don't win this contest, or you just say, you know what, screw putting it up the chance. I just want to make sure I can go because time is running out. Make sure you reach out to me in my email. It's my first name, middle initial, last name, jr@gmail.com. That is Paul A. Esden, ESDEN, jr@gmail.com. It's $300 per person. It's a great deal. You get a great seat. You get food and drink before the game. You get a cool piece of merch out of it. We made sure we did a good price here to make sure you guys got the bang for your buck. 300 bones per person if you guys want to go. But I encourage you to reach out ASAP if you're interested, because I have to reach out to my Jets ticket rep, because if you guys did it before the deadline, which was like a month ago or a month and a half ago maybe, if you sent in your money ahead of that deadline, you were guaranteed to sit next to us and enjoy the game.
Now it's up to question. I have to reach out to my Jets ticket rep to make sure the seats are even available for you guys to sit. So we're confirming that right now for NC Green and Havmo. But if you guys are out in the universe and you want to go, now will be the time to do so. So you can possibly win it. Again, we're accepting raffle tickets throughout the rest of the month of July. And then on August 1st, we're drawing that winner. Remember, if you've already purchased a Jets Boy Green package from me and you win, you do not get a refund. And I want to make sure that's clear now before it comes up. You just can bring more people to the tailgate. So keep that in mind. If you've already purchased a Jets Cowboys tailgate, that's locked in. There's no refund from that perspective. But the good news is you can bring more people. So I hope you guys take advantage of that coming up. All right, everybody, let's do this. Let's open up the phone lines here. We've got a lot going on here on Boy Green Daily. Let's play a quick Hep timeout, and your phone calls next here on Boy Green Daily.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go!
Let's freaking go, baby. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe if you're watching live or after the fact. Also, a special shout out to our audio-only listeners of Boy Green Daily. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys do listen in the audio-only version, here's a reminder. Please give a 5-star review or whatever review you think is worthy and give some feedback on the show. Things you like, things you don't like, things you'd like to see. I'd love to see it. So I try to check over on iTunes and everywhere, wherever you get your podcast to check out those reviews. So please feel free. That helps the show grow as well. So if you do want to take that extra step, I'd really appreciate it. Go to wherever you find your podcast and give the podcast a review. It is Boy Green Daily. And as our number one Austrian Jet fan says, hit the like button, subscribe, share. It's free to do. I know everyone is not always in a financial position to be able to do that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Incel Alon. Best show on YouTube, BG. And thank God we never threw you out the door, Incel. Thankfully, I was able to gather my wits about me and make sure that didn't happen. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I want to answer this question. I think it came from Ted. Let me see here. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, Ted asked this question. Where's Christian Wilkins gone? So what a weird situation, right? The Las Vegas Raiders dumped this guy and Christian Wilkins, who signed a $110 million contract last offseason. And basically, there's a longer, deeper story here. I don't want to gloss over it, but, long story short, the Raiders thought he was being a little lazy in the rehab. They want him to get surgery. He didn't want to get surgery. Bing, boom, bam. He gets cut, and they're trying to avoid his guarantees. It's going to be a long legal battle that might take a couple of years to figure out. But let's get to the football, because that's what you guys care about. Christian Wilkins next to Quinnen Williams would be awesome, but here's my fear. If you go back to the Raiders' statement after the Christian Wilkins news, they said there was no clear path to play or return, basically in the near future. And Christian Wilkins, he had a Jones fracture in October of last year. So that's a foot injury for those who don't know. And so is he ready to go? Is he not ready to go? If he's not ready to go, I don't think this is something I would explore. I think it was the Ravens a couple of years ago. I'm going to mess up the offensive tackle's name, but a couple of years ago, an offensive tackle tore his ACL or something. And so he tore it somewhere around this time, let's just say July. I can't remember. But the Ravens were really smart. So they signed this guy that just tore his ACL to a 2-year deal. The first year was he was making veteran minimum, but it allowed him to rehab in their facilities. And the second year jumped up to a more significant salary. And here was the risk from the Ravens. Hey, while his value is low, we could take a risk. We could take a chance on him and allow him to rehab at our facilities, get familiar with our coaches and everything. And that's great. And then the second year, he could be ready to compete for a starting job. And I thought, wow, what an innovative, smart thing for the Ravens. What foresight to say, hey, let's take a chance on this guy and make it a 2-year deal, not just a 1-year deal, and they get paid by somebody else. Let's set it up. That's part of it. Hey, you get to train in an NFL facility, and we get you at a deal the following year, and it works out for everybody. So I'm curious if that exists here for Christian Wilkins, if he still has a long way to go in his rehab. Could a smart team do that? Apparently, New England is strongly considering kicking the rocks on this guy. Mike Vrabel and Christian Wilkins have a relationship back from the Ohio State recruiting days. Go figure. So that's interesting. I think Christian Wilkins is a terrific player. I don't love hearing that basically, he's getting criticized for, some of the rehab process. Now, that's the team side of things. There's always two sides to a story, but, on paper it would make a lot of sense because the Jets need defensive tackle help. But if there's as much baggage as it appears to be, maybe this isn't the right fit with what the Jets are trying to build here. And so he may be better served going to a different team. Maybe if he's going to do that thing I just said, the 2-year deal or the 1-year dirt cheap rehab in their facility, second year, you get that sizable jump. Maybe go to like the Chiefs or something, so you go to the division. So fuck you, Raiders. I'm going to the Chiefs, and we'll see you twice a year and have a chance to win a Super Bowl and just sort of get your wits about you again. Maybe that's a good way to do it. I don't know. But good question. I'm glad you asked, Ted. A few Jet fans have asked me about that, so I appreciate that. All right, let's keep going with your guys' questions and comments here. Shout out, Aaron Glenn will be speaking about 10:45 this morning. This is the NFL Back Together weekend, so it's very notable for all the coverage that's going to be coming out, which is awesome. So we'll have all the coverage, of course, on here on the show about it. Again, our NFL insider, Matt Lombardo, will join us tomorrow, and then Nick Ferry will join us at 8 o'clock on Monday to give us the live play-by-play from training camp and give us all of the insights, which I'm very much looking forward to there. Excuse me. Good Lord. All right, let's go to the phone lines. And also, I have not seen it yet, but Happy Gilmore, the number 2, came out yesterday, and it sounds like a real treat. I'm going to, for the family, after I get all my Jets work done in the morning, I'm going to try to go to the local movie theater, just go in, not for tickets, just to get food. I've done that before. We just come in, they're like, how many tickets? I'm like, 0. I just like some popcorn and this, and I bring it home, and then we do like the home theater experience for the Netflix. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Happy Gilmore 2 came out, so we'll probably watch the first one and the second one today. Carve out some time, so it'll be lovely for the family here in town. So hopefully you guys take advantage. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We got our legend here, Hep Baby. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas. I hope your pop's enjoying New Orleans. It's kind of a hot place in the in the summertime. It's a very humid place.
That's the only thing I don't think I like. Like, he's been there a lot. He used to go to Mardi Gras all the time for like a cajillion years, and then now that he no longer has a home in Mississippi that he lives in and all that jazz, he doesn't go down there often. So I think he said this is the first time in years he's been there. But yeah, that weather, I don't know if I would be able to vibe with that.
Well, your mom was saying that you guys lived in Mississippi for a while.
Yes. I never did with them, but they lived down in Mississippi. I did live in the South. My dad was on the USS Georgia. We were in St. Mary's, Georgia before. We were in 2 different places in South Carolina, Goose Creek on a naval base and Summerville, South Carolina. So South humidity and all that is a big part of my life. There's no question.
Yeah. So as far as this record converting to, doing some half fullback duties, if that's the case, do you think we would also carry a fullback?
Say that one more time, Hep.
Well, they're talking about Rucker having some fullback responsibilities.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think? I know there's a fullback on the roster right now.
Yes.
Do you think we would carry him as well?
No. Here's my hope personally. If this happens, and I have to start with this. With all due respect. Okay, good. Now that I've said that, I now can say anything. Fuck Andrew Beck. I don't give a like. When I was doing the 53-man roster prediction, I felt compelled to keep Andrew Beck, not for any personal reason or stat reason or anything. Like, obviously, the Jets have a plan. He's the only as we thought, he was the only fullback on the roster. They signed him. He has a connection with Darren Mucci in Denver. Like, they must see a plan. They're going to run the ball a lot. Fullback. Okay, makes sense to me. He's got to make the roster. Now hearing that, whoa, Andrew Beck isn't the only guy, and he just has this shoe-in red carpet path to a roster spot. If Ruggert is flirting doing that stuff, and he's not the main tight end now anyway with Mason Taylor, awesome. Andrew Beck, hi-ho, walk the plank. We throw him in the ocean. We have Jeremy Ruckert, who's flirting with both, and sure, maybe we can pick up some other position, or maybe we keep the 3 tight ends that he just serves in both roles, and they run a lot of 2 tight end sets. To me, that's the roster flexibility we're talking about here. All of a sudden, I thought we had to carry just a solely exclusive fullback, and if we don't, because Jeremy Ruckert's playing both positions, great. Now we could keep a 9th offensive lineman. We could keep a 4th linebacker. We could keep, now the chess game continues. So no, in a perfect world, I'm hoping that, with all due respect, screw you, Beck. Let's get Ruckert to be the guy.
Yeah, that would be great. And looking at that tape, that was part of the thing. He was a tough guy that was supposedly coming out of
Right.
college.
But then we've seen nothing. He was like a big softy here at the end. And I'm like, what in the world's happened? Did the Jets sap his powers? What happened here that's just so bizarre? Again, I get it. We've seen it 1,000 times. Player great in college or really good in college and comes to the NFL and just doesn't have it. So it happens all the time. But like that mentality, you would think if he just can't catch a football, fine. Like, okay, that won't translate. But the mentality, how does that change? You either have it or you don't. And it seemed like he had that dog in him. So hopefully Aaron Glenn can sort of, be one of those Cobra flute people and can kind of, woo it back out of him. That'd be terrific.
It's like they snipped his gonads or something, And it's like,
I know, like what in the world? It's bizarre.
So I saw Miami picked up a couple of key injuries. I think one of their offensive linemen is seriously injured, and our defensive back. Is that true?
Yeah. There's been a couple of injuries. I haven't heard any in the MRIs or anything outside of Artie Burns. That one I heard. He's one of their corners, and oh my God. Justin Fields, if I can't remember. It's week 4, Monday Night Football. This is the first Dolphins game. If I'm Justin Fields, I am licking my chops. No Jalen Ramsey, Artie Burns out. Kader Kohu, I like a lot. He doesn't get a lot of respect around the league, but that secondary is absolutely awful. And if I'm the Jets, that's the game to, you want to do a race? Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle? Okay, let's play passing. You versus our secondary with Sauce, Michael Carter, and everyone back there. And we play, who's that? Was that the guy bagging groceries last week? Okay, let's go. So, the Miami secondary, it is awful.
All right, let's go. We got training camp today, and let's one day at a time. Let's build that sandcastle.
Damn straight. Thanks, Hep. Appreciate it. Now, folks, here you go. My Jets ticket rep just got back to me. Hey, now, here it is. Straight from our Jets ticket rep. Hi, Paul. I can reserve those to the account and will be processed on Monday morning. Just a heads up, after we add these 4 seats, so NC Green and Havmo, if you're still listening to the show, the tickets were just confirmed. They are available. So I will reach out to you also an email if you guys are no longer listening to the show. You guys can each send your $600 to my account on either on PayPal or Venmo at BoyGreen25. That's BOY Green the color 25. Make sure you send it as friends and family because there is a big service fee that comes out of it. And when you're sending that much money, that can take a big chunk out because all this money is going to the Jets. So just make sure you guys send it as friends and family or a non-business transaction, just so you guys are good on this one. Or if you do want to send it as business transaction, just make sure you make up the difference money-wise sending that in. But I just got this from the Jets. After they add those 4 seats, so if Havmo and NC Green purchase the 4 seats that they were planning on purchasing, there are only 6 seats left in the section. So people, if these 4 seats are confirmed, Havmo and NC Green end up buying their seats. After their 4 seats are in addition to that, there are only 6 seats left in the entire section. So you got to get it while the getting's good. She says, so if anyone else wants to join, let me know before we run out! ! So people, keep this in mind. This is straight from my Jets ticket rep. We have 2 people, which are each buying 2 tickets apiece. So that's 4 tickets total. Those seem like they're about to come off the board, and then we're only going to have 6 seats left in the section. So if you want to come to and this does not include the 2 I'm giving away. Those were already factored in. So these are not a part of the 6. There are 6 seats left, people, at the Boy Green tailgate, and then it's over. There's no mas. You'll have to buy your own ticket somewhere else in the stadium, and good luck. We only have 6 seats left. They're $300 a piece. That includes also the tailgate package and the T-shirt package. So, guys, make sure you reach out ASAP if you have any interest or you want more details at BoyGreen25, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or anything, or just reach out to me via email. That is Paul, ESDENJR@gmail.com. So good news for you, Havmo, and also NC Green. Congrats. We have the seats, so booyah. Thank you. Let's give a JTS shout-out for my Jets ticket rep, Brooke. Booyah. Let's bleep and go. Brooke is keeping us all kinds of awesome here. That's terrific. All right, so 6 seats left. Okay, the tickets are running out, people. Excellent. All right, let's go back to your questions here. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, I will follow up with each of you, Havmo and NC Green. I'll reach out to you after the show or at the end of the show here, and I'll reach out to you to confirm everything so I can send that across, and then we can get you all figured out. But yeah, because it's on the weekend, those will process on Monday. But we can collect it now, so we're ready. Beautiful, because the Jets are going to take that out immediately on Monday. Big Islander fan says Happy Gilmore 2 was not great. Here's the thing I will say. Here's the thing that I will say as it pertains to all of this. When people give me recommendations, if that's even what we're calling this, if people give me recommendations, I like watching a movie myself to figure out sort of my own story, if that makes any sense. Like, Big Islander fan tell me the movie is not great, and I'm not saying you are a Big Islander fan, you're just sharing your opinion. But that opinion's not like, oh, well, I guess I'm not watching the movie. But I know there's a lot of people out there in the universe that will be influenced by what other people say like this. And I am not. I am watching Happy Gilmore 2 no matter what. But I'm not really sure what my expectation is. I'm not really sure. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cameos. I'm sure it's going to be fun. And like I said, I'm going to watch the first one first before jumping into number 2. But yeah, let's go. Taylor Sterling says, we know why BG doesn't have a washer and dryer spending all this money on movie theater food. That's true. That's really bougie. It's a bougie ass thing to do. There's no question about it. So yeah, still no washer or dryer, but the popcorn's great. The popcorn's great. So thank you. Yeah, Scotty Mayhem said it was meh. Okay, a lot of not great reviews. That's all right. I'll get back to you and I'll let you guys know. I'm going to watch it today so I can give you a full review coming up on the show tomorrow. Stephen Fox, good question here. BG, Chris Boyd was signed as a free agent to fortify special teams. Do you think he makes the team? In my 53-man roster projection, I did not have him making the team. I would much rather give that dough to, like, there's a Jamarcus Weston. He's one of my favorites. I don't know if we talked about him a lot on the 53-man prediction show before camp, but he comes out of Florida. He can play like a million positions. He's listed at defensive end, but he's going to be a core special teamer. He's high on my list. Who else do we got? We have like guys like Jamal Pritchett. I'm going to have to think who else is in the gunner conversation because I'm not thinking clearly right now. But no, I don't think Chris Boyd's a lock. Let me just say it this way. I don't think Chris Boyd is a lock. I don't think he's a lock to make this roster. Again, they have a plan for him, apparently. Obviously in the same way that like Andrew Beck was signed, but I don't think he's a lock to make this roster. And I didn't have him making my roster. So for whatever that's worth. But good question. I appreciate that. Shout out to Ricky New York Live, and hopefully you guys are supporting his shows. That's great. So appreciate it. Yeah, Ricky's awesome. He's good people. Taylor Sterling, good comments here. This is a fair defense of Jeremy Ruckert. Jeremy Ruckert got dropped in the NFL with the worst coaches and quarterback you could have given him. Also signed 2 tight ends ahead of him right before he was drafted. And I would add another thing. So, okay. So Jeremy Ruckert joined the team in 2022. He's the 101st overall pick in the 3rd round. The Jets invested $45 million into the tight end position that offseason. That was Tyler Conklin and C.J. Uzomah. So he's buried immediately. Jeremy Ruckert's like, what the hell? And all the bad coaching and quarterbacks, that's all true. Also, he hurt his foot. He had a Liz Frank injury at the Senior Bowl. And so that compromised him for a big piece of the season. So all of his development was jeopardized. And then, he's gotten these fleeting opportunities. He's not performed well in them. And maybe it's a confidence thing in his mind's been like, damn it. And he's sort of gotten on him. So I don't know Jeremy Ruckert, but I'm just speculating of what's happened. So no, there could, again, this could be a Jeremy Ruckert breakout. And again, for me, a no longer Jeremy Ruckert fan, like I was him coming out of the draft, I'm really down on Jeremy Ruckert. There would be nothing more than I would love for him to be the quasi fullback tight end. We ditch Andrew Beck. He can maximize his full potential and hopefully he stays here. Like, it doesn't have to be big, crazy money, but not everyone is not going to be Sauce Gardner. Everyone's not going to be Garrett Wilson. Everyone's not just going to get this crazy bag of money and then, okay, everyone gets paid crazy money. Some people stay on the team for not record-breaking money. So there's a path to Jeremy Ruckert sticking around here, and I hope so. Hey, Aaron Glenn, when he first came here, one of the first people we talked to, Jeremy Ruckert. Who did he say has meat left on the bone? Jeremy Ruckert. So obviously this coaching staff has some feelings about him. He'll have to earn it himself, but it's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Ricky New York Live. The Raiders are taking a $55 million cap hit next year by releasing Christian Wilkins. There had to be a problem for them to do that, a serious one. I agree. So we should just think twice about diving in there. I know the sexy thing for Jet fans to do is every free agent that's out there, like, oh, geez, we got to get this guy. And, you know, and I wrote about it because a lot of Jet fans were talking about it. So I just sort of walked through pros, cons, and everything in between. And we talked about it, but, you know, there might be too much baggage there. There might be too much baggage there. Big Islander fan says, that is my hope for Ruckert. Better coaching and better utilization brings out the best in him. For sure. And thank you for being a Boy Green Coffee Club member. Appreciate that. It's good comments. Scotty Mayhem says, I just did a psychic reading, got my sketch of my soulmate. Not going to lie, it was fun getting the pic, and the purported soulmate is cute. Hit me in the Discord. Wow. Okay. Congratulations. I didn't even know there was a thing. I'm just glad I found my one. Havmo. Hap, he was asking Hap, but I can answer it. Do we know the section of the parking lot the tailgate is in? I have been researching it. Right now, I'm looking at it because it's written on my piece of paper of the section that it looks like it's going to be. But like I said, the worst thing I think we can do is I say a section right now for the tailgate of where it's going to be, and then we have to change it for some reason. I think that would be terrible. And I don't want to mislead you guys. Oh, we're going to meet in R4. And then, no, it's actually Z5. So we're researching it because we want to make sure it's the right setup. It's close to the stadium for you guys. It's not stepping on anyone's toes, other big tailgaters in our universe. So I will have that information for you soon. I'm so sorry for the delay for everybody as that pertains to. I will have that information out well ahead of the tailgate, and I'm going to be broadcasting it every bleeping day. So there's no way you guys are going to miss it. I want to make that clear. I don't want to make it confusing for anybody. So I will make that very clear. But I'm staring at it right now, and I believe that's going to be the section. But I just want to keep doing research just to make sure it's perfectly exactly right. So I will have that announcement here very soon. But thank you, Havmo, for that question. I appreciate it. Jojo says, always better to find them when you're young and not waiting till retirement, BG. Because I joke about this, but it's true. You know, my only regret with my fiance is I didn't find her sooner. I swam in all kinds of other waters with other women. And, you know, it was just great to find your soulmate, your one, your friend, your everything that gets to be supportive. So I wish for everyone out there to, if you haven't, to find that soulmate, because I've been able to be very lucky and very humbled to have a lot of success doing all this kinds of fun Jet stuff. And it's been amazing. But even more amazing than me patting myself on the back and being on the injury report for a limp wrist, it's cool to share it with somebody. And that's a really cool thing. So that's absolutely there, Jojo. Thank you. Hep, Paul, are we doing the opening day watch party? Yes, we're doing it, Hep. There was enough interest from you guys, so yes, for the week 1 New York Jets versus Pittsburgh Steelers game, we will do a watch party. What does that mean? I'm not going to be at MetLife Stadium. I'm going to be very much in the seat. I've got this projector back here. It's hidden, and I've got this big like movie screen sheet. It's really not a professional movie screen sheet. It's like literally sheets from like a bed. But it's up on this wall, and I'm going to project the game. What I'll try to do is be even better than last year. I've been actually working with a few people on technology so you guys can understand where we're at in the game. But what I did last year, and it was my first time ever doing it, for the Week 18 Jets-Dolphins game, I was basically doing play-by-play. Tony is sort of how I was basically being a play-by-play broadcaster of the game and then reacting to it as big plays happened or keeping you guys posted. So, yeah, I will try to have something on screen so you guys can, because I know all of us are in different places. Some people are streaming it, some people are watching it, some people are there. So like not everyone is in the same place. So I will try to help that process as much as possible. I'm working with a few people to see what is the best way to do that. So we are doing a watch party, Jets Steelers. We'll all get to watch the game together. I can't wait. We'll see if we do it all season. Obviously, you can't do it for every game, like the Cowboys game. Obviously, I can't do it for, but we'll see if we do it for select games. Is it all season? What will happen? We'll sort of see. We'll play it by ear. But yes, we will start the season with it. I was, to be candid, very unsure of how this was going to go last year. And then we did it. And I was like, whoa, that was a lot of fun. And you guys seem to really dig it. So I want to improve it and get even better at it. But yes, Hep, I can confirm we will be having a Jets Steelers watch party for week 1 here on the YouTube channel. Let's go to our boy, Prestige Shogun, a longtime subscriber to the channel. Hey, Paul, glad to hear the good news about Justin Fields seemingly being almost 100% fine. That's about as good of news as we're going to have this pretty morbid week in pop culture. Oh, my God. Yeah, again, I give another salute to Hulk Hogan. Oh, unbelievable. Hulkamania, Ozzy. I mean, we just lost so many great people this week. And then the guy for the Cosbys, too. It's just, man, we have lost unbelievable people. And my love is sent out to every one of those families because, as we talk about them almost in this other light as celebrities, they're real people and they have real families, and it goes even beyond that. So I wasn't a Cosby fan, so that one I didn't know as much. I know the Cosby Show, but I didn't know much about him. But Hulk Hogan and Ozzy, obviously, I knew intimately as a fan. I mean, not like personally. And so it is great to hear to me, and maybe I'm making too much of this, but I think with all the same old Jets crap that people love to pull out when bad things happen, I think it's sort of some sign from the gods that we thought it was bad, and actually it's not. Guys, let's not overreact to the news. It's hard not to, based on what we were seeing reported, but it's pretty cool that he ends up being okay, and we're like, wait, maybe this year is different. And that's the sort of vibe I'm getting. I already thought it was different, but that's almost like validation for it as well, Prestige. So that is absolutely cool. Yeah. I get this all the time. You beat me. A member of the Boy Green Coffee Club just chimed in and said, I just looked up available kickers yesterday. Rodrigo Blankenship looks exactly how I'd imagine Boy Green's high school yearbook picture looked. When he was coming out of the draft, people went, Boy Green's in the draft? I'll pull it up so you guys can see it. Rodrigo, maybe he's going to be the next member of the New York Jets, but people all the time tell me, oh, is this Boy Green? Is this a picture of Boy Green? Is that what's happening here? This is not me. I know we've never been in the same place at the same time. I just want to make that clear, but I can confirm that I am not Rodrigo Blankenship. I am not. I'll throw it up here on the screen real quick. I can confirm that I am not this individual. This is him. This is Rodrigo Blankenship. This is not me. People have said it's me. It is not me, not Rodrigo Blankenship. But I mean, if we're going to add him to the team, I mean, our current special team situation is looking less than ideal. Both kickers and punters, for that matter. I can confirm, not great, not great. So, work to be done. That's for sure. We have 500 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, baby. Show all your support for New York Jets content creation. Again, if you're watching on one of the other stratospheres, we're streaming live on Facebook and Twitter as well. So if you are watching on either of those platforms, please open up a tab. It only takes a second and makes a tremendous impact. Open up a tab on your phone or on your computer. Go to youtube.com/boygreen25. Hit subscribe. Show your support for New York Jets content creators. This would be a massive help to me as we try to make a chase to 8,000 subscribers. All right, with that being said, let's go to the phone lines for a legend. It's Scotty Mayhem here on the program. What's up, Scotty?
Hey, Rodrigo. How you doing?
I appreciate that. Yeah. Doing well. Right through the upright.
You do look alike. But
yeah,
I think
maybe it's my long-lost brother. Yeah.
I think you're a better kicker, but Rodrigo's not doing so good.
That's true.
So a couple of things. First is Indy Jet, I believe, is in the witness protection program. We had a conversation offline to talk about Bet 2.0. So I'll lay it out for you. I was trying to help him.
No, please.
Tried to help him from his own insanity. But this one, I 100% hope he wins. So Indy was on the 10-sack Clemens train. I think he's on the train
He was.
himself. You kind of talked him off the ledge. You got him down to 8, which was good. Try to bring him back to reality. But this is what I said to Indy, because I don't want to take his money. I want to keep his, his take intact. I think he's 1-0 and bets with me. So I moved the line down fairly because Clemens did have 4.5 sacks one year. So I said, look.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I said, look, let's put the line at 5.5 for the primary bet since you're locked in on 10. So he said, okay, 5 or more sacks I gave him. So if he gets 5 or more sacks, he gets, 5.5 was the line. So if he gets 6 or more sacks, or 5.5, because you can actually get 5.5 sacks. If you get 5.5 sacks, we both get a Clemens shirt, which I have to buy. It would be my happiest day if Clemens makes the team and he gets 5.5 sacks. So I'm happy to buy the 2 shirts. So wait, Rodrigo, I gave him an out. Out was if he doesn't make the team, which I think is equally likely. He doesn't have to make the bet, obviously, if he doesn't make the team.
Oh, so the bet is null and void if he doesn't make the team.
Null and void. But if he makes the team, it doesn't matter if he gets injured. Doesn't matter if he goes to practice squad. Doesn't matter if he goes to the Rams and gets 10 sacks. He's got to get 5.
It has to be with the Jets.
With the Jets. Okay, so that's the primary bet. But BG, you know that when we make bets, there's always a second part to it because you and I had that cool Nick bet, right?
Yes.
So
right, with the jersey, right.
Yeah. So I went to this bet and I said, okay, look, Indy, I know you're locked into your 10 or more sacks. So let's do this, okay? Indy sent me a picture of a hat. Apparently, Indy made his own hat. It's called Indy Jet. And I wear hats and Jet jerseys whenever I play poker tournaments. So I said, Indy, name the time frame. You want it to be a month? You want it to be 3 months? You want it to be 6 months? Indy said he wants it to be a year. So I said, okay, we're going to do 10 or more sacks. His original line, I did not ask for this, but he said it. If Indy Jet wins this bet, I have to wear Indy Jet, which will absolutely be as bad as it gets at every major tournament I play in over the next year. I have to wear the Indy Jet hat, which all my friends are going to say, who the hell is Indy Jet? And I'm going to have to try to explain. But if they get under, I set the line at 3.5 because I think, obviously 4.5, it's reachable as much as 10 sacks are reachable. If he gets less than 3.5 sacks, he has to wear the hat that my boys at the club, the Fatties Club, I don't know if you can see that, but they made a Scotty Mayhem hat, which I will wear on the show to show you what Indy Jet is going to have to wear for the next year. Indy Jet, whenever he comes on your show, Beetlejuice is going to be wearing Scotty Mayhem. And any event, like when he goes to your tailgate, not this year because it's, the bet will still be on. Hopefully, he'll have to wear the Scotty Mayhem. So the moment the bet is won, either on his side when he gets 10 sacks, which is never happening, I will be so conflicted if that happens. Happy, but disgusted at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? But, he's going to be wearing a Scotty Mayhem hat, and I think you're going to appreciate what Indy Jet's going to go through for the next year.
I just love these bets like this, so that you guys can come on the show and we can really, because it really adds to it. So this is wonderful.
You get 100. I don't know what Indy's going to give you, but I'm giving you 100 once the bet is live. So next month, I think I'm in this month for some.
You sent in 100, so you're in for 5 raffle tickets for the big giveaway that we'll do on August 1st for the Jets Cowboys tickets. So you're in for 5 tickets. Yes, sir.
And the last thing I wanted to just point out for that, and I'm going to need your help on this one. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So for those fans who actually can go to the game and are deserving, no Insel Alan, I get one veto, so Insel Alan will not be getting that ticket, but I do want your input. So for a deserving Jet fan who just for whatever reason can't, come up with the dough, when I win, there'll be a mini wheel. You will let me know, 5, 10, whatever we want to put on the wheel. Spin the wheel. The only thing I'm keeping is one shirt. I have to have some commemorative,
Of course, yeah. That's
rest
fair.
of it, BG, it's being given away. So I know I'm going to win. So it's
Yeah.
Thank
well,
you.
I just want to say first off, thank you for your kindness of doing that. That's really cool. And if you end up winning, and it sounds like it's a foregone conclusion, so as soon as you win, rather, on August 1st, I will immediately reach out to you via email, pigeon carrier, whatever way, and okay, you've won the contest. Here's how it all works, and then me and you could go back and forth and figure out this list, and then shortly thereafter, it'll have to probably be the next day if that happens to make sure we get all the names out there so we don't rush it, and then we'll give another person or one of those people a chance to win. So thank you very much for that.
One other stipulation. I'm sorry, I forgot.
No, of course.
Yeah, so no money. Just the winner has to try mushroom coffee, which Dave Brigger feels is absolutely disgusting. But for Dave,
I'm going to be honest, I champion that. I'm not a mushroom guy at all. Mushrooms are gross, but so different strokes, different folks, I guess.
It's a health thing. Or if they don't want to drink the mushroom coffee, because I'm not a dictator, I would say they have to try Jared and Foxy's creation called Bacorn, which I believe should be trademarked. It's genius, and that's bacon grease cooked in popcorn. So your choice, either one, as long as you try it. The rest of the $600 it's all yours.
Okay, beautiful. Well, thank you, Scotty, for that. So we will keep you posted. And hey, look at this. Purple Belt Mike is joining up in here. BG, what's up, bro? Great to see you over here crossing the lines, crossing the state lines here, PBM. So great to have you over here, and thank you so much. Again, we have 500 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. And look at this. Let's go back to the phone lines here to wrap up the show. We have Mr. Famous Fulton.
Hello, Paul. How are you this morning?
Hey, I'm doing excellent. Thanks for jumping on.
I just want to say thank you, everyone, for the 26th birthday wishes for Sunday.
Yes,
and this was on my heart to do this with you guys. And thank you very much for letting me come on perform the Jet song.
Thank you.
Yeah, and my future plan is going to be pretty good for next year. So I guess I'm going to look forward to it coming up. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for that.
Hey, real quick, Mr. Fulton, you live in like Indianapolis or something, right?
Yep, I sure do.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I think I told you before, but I just want to make this clear. So we're collecting raffle tickets throughout the rest of the month of July. On August 1st, we're going to draw a winner. And there are some people that have gifted raffle tickets to you, so you have a chance to win. If you win, you will have a chance to go to the Jets-Cowboys game. Now, let me ask you this. You live with your parents, right?
I live with my mom. She's one of my guardians, so.
Okay, awesome. So here's what's going to happen. If you end up winning, we'll see what happens in the coming days. But if so, we'll have you call into the show, and I'll try to get some information from you off air, so everyone doesn't have it. And we'll try to talk to your mom to see if it's possible if we can make this happen. So, but again, nothing's official yet. We have to see who wins the contest. But good luck, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Paul.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Famous Fulton. And we'll see where your journey goes from here, which is awesome. So we'll see what happens. That'd be really cool if Mr. Famous is the one to go. Real quick, Purple Belt Mike with a comment here before we dip out, because Jets training camp is getting underway as we speak. He said, quote, I had a wild episode with my ACL just now. Note to self, don't take Vicodin with espresso, LOL. Well, thank you for that advice. I never thought to mix those two concoctions, but now I know to never do it. So Purple Belt Mike, PBM, thank you very much. We'll avoid that entirely from that perspective. But PBM, it's great to have you over here on the show. Awesome. And great to have you, of course, a subscriber, baby, to Boy Green Daily and the Boy Green Coffee Club and everything else. So we appreciate that, buddy. And thank you. And hey now. Well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll be back on tomorrow morning. Our NFL insider, Matt Lombardo, will join us. And if there's any breaking Jets news from today, we'll also provide some additional content from that perspective. The Jets are going live, so we're jumping over there for that. So it should be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. And again, if you missed the topic du jour, we have an article in the YouTube description down below on apparently Jeremy Ruckert making a position change. Long overdue, and getting some advice from an NFL legend in Tony Richardson. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Fun show, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.